Hey everybody, how's it going out there? This is Big Lair in Jack's Private Coffee Corner. It's a rainy day here, kind of a rainy, gloomy day, although it looks pretty bright behind me in the curtain. So I thought I would spend some time and continue with the reading of the book that I wrote a number of months ago. It's called Emails from a Ninja, My Japanese Father-in-Law's Secret Life. Okay, I've already done two videos. One was the introduction to the book, and one was chapter 1, email number 1. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the book, this book covers 2 years worth of emails that my Japanese father-in-law sent to me when I was living in Malaysia. Actually, he sent emails to me for almost 7 years. But in this book, I've only included 2 years worth of the emails, and it's not all of the emails over those 2 years. It's 36 emails from each year. So, not everything, but just some of the good stuff. Of course, it's a lot to translate from Japanese into English, and I tried to pick emails out that, work together, because there are some storylines going through the book, and I wanted to maintain those storylines. Okay, so this video here is going to be Chapter 1, Email 2, and Email 2 was from January 18th, 2011. Okay, here's the email. He says, "Dear Larry, tell Hanako thank you for her daily emails. My wife and I really enjoy hearing about Malaysia and your new lives. You have already been gone for 2 weeks, but it feels much longer. I wonder if that is how all parents feel when their children live far away, or if time is slowing down due to my getting older. I finally watched the Steven Seagal movie you recommended. I can see why you enjoy his movies. I do think he is a legitimate martial artist, which is evident from the way he moves. You can tell he does not shy away from physical contact, and I would suspect he would disarm his opponents much faster in real life than what is shown in the movies. There are many techniques that would end a fight immediately due to the average person not understanding how to react or fall properly. Seagal's Aikido incorporates some hard techniques and combines defense with offense, which is something I like because of the efficiency. My motto is, quote, get the fight over as quickly as possible in order to get back to drinking your tea, unquote. I know you are fond of that saying, so I included it. However, it nicely explains the essence of why one does martial arts. I know that some people do not take Seagal seriously, but it is only because they do not understand his art. You yourself, Larry, have experienced the amazingly quick and decisive takedowns at the hands of Kobayashi Sensei, and he is almost half of your height and surely only half of your weight. Seagal is the same height as you, and so I can imagine his techniques are very strong, like getting hit with a Shinkansen, Japan's bullet train. The weather is still cold and will get much colder. We had a small amount of snow that fell yesterday, and it was still on the ground this morning. I am still getting up at 5 a.m. to practice dance techniques, but doing it in an unheated room is not something I look forward to. However, the blood gets going after about 30 minutes, and I always feel better when I'm done. Maybe it would help to have some beautiful young dance partner waiting for me. Maybe in another lifetime. Tell your sons and wife hello for me. Take care, your father." Okay, so that's the second email from Chapter 1. So my father-in-law was a dance teacher. Among many other things, he was a dance teacher. And I remember him, even almost 20 years ago when my wife and I got first married, and he would get up because when we first got married, we lived with my in-laws, which is common in Japan. When you get married, you choose either the husband's parents or the wife's parents, usually the husband's parents, and you live together. However, in my wife's family, it was only my wife and her older sister, so there were no sons. And so they were very open to the idea of me moving in, although I didn't have to. They just suggested it. And I thought, yeah, it would be a good way for me to get to know them and for them to get to know me. And there was the language barrier, because in the beginning, I didn't speak Japanese. So I remember my father-in-law being up at 5 a.m. practicing his dance moves. Even when it was, even when it was very cold in the winter time, like I've mentioned in other videos, there's no central heating in most homes in Japan. Maybe 99% of the homes do not have central heating. They do not have insulation. They have single pane windows. If you're really lucky, you have double pane windows, but they are nothing like the double pane windows we would have in America. So it's very, very cold, and those cold mornings when I would see him practicing his dance techniques, I'm talking social ballroom type dancing, you could see his breath. We're talking cold. Okay, so that's the end of email 2. I hope you enjoyed it.